Well, first of all, here in the United States and probably in most of the countries in Europe, nobody can really pronounce my name. They always ask me how you pronounce, your name. My first name is Milos, and last name is Šarčev. However, everywhere in the United States and in Europe also, they call me many other names: Mitso, Milo, Milos, and so on. But my real name is Milos. I'm Yugoslavian. I won Yugoslavian championship back in 1986 and 87. I turned pro in 1991, and probably most of the people that follow bodybuilding know I did 47 shows in the last 7 years. I have 9 more shows to go this year and next month, so that's going to probably be record-breaking, like 56 competitions in 7 years. The reason I was doing this is because most of the people said before it's impossible to peak, show after show, month after month, and I just wanted to prove them wrong. And I really believe if you're dedicated and disciplined, you can do it. It's just a matter of dedication, that you're gonna set your mind to it and go ahead and compete. This year for Olympia, after 2 years of resting, I decided to compete, mostly because I believe that right now is the time for change. Flex Wheeler winning 3 shows this spring, and then myself winning Canada and Chris Cormier, neither the champions. I believe there is a little bit, trend towards a more aesthetically pleasing looking, symmetrical, proportionate physiques, more than just muscle mass freaks. Me as a bodybuilder, I have to say that I do admire very much so all those champions, Dorian especially, Nasser, Jean-Pierre Fuchs, Mike Francois and Paul Dillette, all the monsters. And I just believe that bodybuilding is a little bit more than just plain muscle mass building. Mike Francois said in last year's Olympia that's what bodybuilding means. I would disagree with this. I do believe that all of us start bodybuilding for one purpose: to look good, to be satisfied with the way we look. And I achieved that look, and I really wouldn't want to change my physique with anyone else. But I do have to say that I respect all those big monsters, because I know how much dedication and hard work is going into making so much muscle mass. So anyway, to go back to the point, this year I'm competing again at Olympia, hoping that I can break the top 6 for the first time. I competed 4 times already, and this is my 5th Olympia. And this is solely on that fact that I believe that right now we have that new fresh wave need for aesthetically pleasing physiques to come on top, because I think for mainstream public, for general audience, they would probably like to see more realistic physiques. When I started back in '91, Lee Haney was considered a monster. He was 5'11", competing 245 pounds, and he was unthinkably big. Since then Dorian set a new standard, and now there are a few guys to follow, and Nasser is probably pushing that limit even more right now. I believe he's going to compete somewhere about 280 at the same height of 5'11", which I really don't think it's even humanly possible. However, he achieved it, so somebody says this is progress. However, I think that it's going in the wrong direction, and I can say that even 5'11", 240 pounds that I'm right now, I don't feel comfortable being this big. So I hope they're going to change the criteria this year. You see, there's so many great champions nowadays. Just going to Olympia, competing among the top in the world, it's very respectful, and I would have to say I respect all the guys that made it there. A lot of professionals aiming to qualify for Olympia year after year, and they can never achieve that. And I have to say that all the 15 guys that are competing this year are top professionals. Now we all have to be confident and believe in our abilities to place high, and to have that self-confidence that we have what it takes. However, because of inconsistent judging criteria, we really don't know which way they're gonna go. And I would just like to mention an example that last year we had apples and oranges in top 10, one after another, like Dorian winning first place, Sean Ray being second, and Nasser third. We have extremely big muscle mass, Monster beating small symmetrical guy, Monster being third, and then small symmetrical Flex, and so on and so on. I think what we really need is to get the answers from top officials and judges what bodybuilding really is, what they're looking for, and that normal answer that they always have, just best physique of the day. The total package really doesn't mean much to us, because we have a lot of genetically gifted guys that come into the shape, into the contest in poor condition, and they're being awarded because of their name or their genetic potential, but really condition would be really poor. Then we have guys that come into extremely good condition, and because of that they sacrifice some muscle mass. They're usually penalized for actually achieving that ultra shredded look. I would have to say that Dorian is actually just only one example, but maybe Sean Ray also in that category, that every time he competes he comes in 100% of his shape, and condition is just unbelievable. I have to say that he did set that new standard, and everybody really keeps following. Right now, a week before the show, I'm exactly 240 pounds. My condition is on target, as you know, because I compete so often. I know how to measure my condition so many days out. I did 4 photo shoots in the last 3 days. It will mess me up, and I believe I'm gonna have next 5 days to change my principle and do a little bit things differently, just to come in my 100% top shape for Olympia. I'm very pleased, I'm satisfied. I think that I'm going to present my best physique and condition yet this year at